Ready? All right, here we go. Woohoo! It's another exciting Sunday night, Psychic Sundays Live, with your host, Psychic Sally Diane, and me.
The producer.
Sure, we'll go with that today.
Okay. Hi, everybody, and welcome to my favorite hour of the week, right here with you, my YouTube friends, giving you free readings on Psychic Sundays Live. Just an announcement, I will be going on a 3-week vacation starting tomorrow. And so for the next 2 Sundays, Pam Mahoney will be sitting in for me. I know all of you remember Pam Mahoney. She loves animal communication. So remember to ask her questions about your pets if you have any questions about those. And
Hey, you can send us pictures of your pets to the email there, info@sallydiane.com. The next 2 weeks, we're going to have an animal psychic on, so send us pictures of your pets.
okay. And she's also a fabulous medium. So if you want to ask about those who have passed, you can do that as well. Hi, Marcy. I see her there. Our wonderful admin, Marcy, Lynette, and High Priestess Tarot.
Oh, you got so many people here.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, so I guess that we shall start with the email question I got. And I tell you guys every week, and please send your questions to info@sallydiane.com. And your questions will be read during the first segment, this segment of the show, every week. So this week, our only email comes from our friend Cindy. And I hope to see a lot more emails next week, folks. And Cindy has a question about, well, she wants to know if an answer that she's been waiting for a long, long time if she'll ever get an answer to an outstanding question. And I don't have it right in front of me, but I think she's been waiting 10 years to find out. Anyhow, let's see about Cindy's long-standing question. All right. Will she ever get an answer? You know, sometimes when you keep asking a question and you don't get an answer, you kind of have to push the issue and make things happen for yourself. But let's see what the cards have to tell Cindy. Okay, so she has been waiting too long. Somebody's stringing her along. I see that right there, and I don't get a comfortable feeling from. And it's almost like there's a misguidance here. So I think that you're looking for the answer from the question that's telling you that you're looking in the wrong direction here. Let's see what that last one is. Oh, okay, we have the King of Swords, but the King of Swords reversed. And the one thing about reversed swords is it's not just this bit of unpleasantness and negativity, but reverse swords also tend to point toward dishonesty. Since the sword right side up is honesty, the sword of truth, when it's downsized, but when it's pointing down like it is in the Five of Swords and it is in this particular King of Swords, it's telling me that you're not being told the truth in some matters here, Cindy, and you really need to change your approach. I think you're asking the wrong question. Okay, so I hope that answers is useful for you, and thank you for tuning in. And onwards to everybody else's reading. Guess we start with High Priestess, who wants a love reading for November.
Again? Didn't you get enough loving in October, High Priestess?
Oh.
Just kidding. Yeah, according to the videos I see, it's hard out there. Or not.
Well, you know, and one of the things is that sometimes I find that if people want a relationship, they'll try and make themselves into something that they're not, because they think that they'll be more attractive or more desirable that way. So I think that a big helping of this is me, take it or leave it, would help you a great deal. But let's see what the cards have to say about High Priestess in November. See if she gets a High Priestess. All right. So the High Priestess and love in November.
And push them that way just a bit.
Okay. How's that? Oh, good.
Yeah.
So first you have the Ten of Wands. So it says you're carrying an awful lot right now. There's an awful lot of responsibilities, and I think that acts as a little bit of a barrier. You might want to maybe sort out your dating life from your home life. Ooh, 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 ooh. For lack of a better way of putting this, High Priestess, sometimes we don't realize what we're putting out there. And unfortunately, you're putting out there. Okay. So pardon my French here, but you're putting out vibes like you had an invisible tattoo on your forehead that says Klingon looking for lost asshole. Pardon my French, folks, but this is exactly what I'm getting here. And so maybe you're just so afraid that you're going to get these emotionally abusive or non-committal guys that you're focusing on that. And sometimes if you say, I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this, and you keep saying, I don't want this, I don't want this, that's exactly what the universe sends you. So it's sort of like you're complicating things, and you're not seeing the bottom line, which is, there's more to life than just love. And if somebody sets your teeth on edge, and if he has the air of being an emotionally abusive guy, if you think he might be dishonest with you or gaslighting you, get rid of them. Quit being a victim. Oh, okay. It ends up on a good note. Be picky in November, because you are going to get opportunities, but maybe not the ones you want. I see that in the Devil and the Ten of Wands. So something about these emotionally abusive, non-committal kind of guys, the undesirables, something about them, it's almost like you're attracted to them. So quit doing that. And if somebody gives you those kind of vibes, let them go, let them go, let them go, let them go. Just because it feels like you're tempted to backslide in the beginning of November. You're tempted to accept things that you shouldn't, ought to. And the cards are saying, no, be picky, because the right one will come along. So be clear on what you want. Don't focus on what you don't want. Focus in on what you want. And if it's not what you want, send them on their way. There's almost 4 billion guys on Earth. You don't have to accept one like he was your last chance.
And no dating the neighbors.
Definitely no dating the neighbors. That's a formula for disaster.
Cool, Libra. Will I get a high-paying job this year?
Not much time left, cool Libra, for a high-paying job.
You're gonna get a offer in March that's gonna be higher, but there's gonna be one in May that's gonna be even higher.
Okay, so let's see what the cards have to say. Although I have to say that the producer comes from a background of psychics, and he's pretty good. So, yeah, it starts out with the Knight of Swords, and that's reversed, and that's not exactly a good card. It's kind of like you're looking in the wrong direction, and you're just looking for, you're looking for something too short term. And if you're in too much of a hurry, then just be willing to wait for the right job opportunity to come along. Don't sell yourself short. And if you're looking for jobs in the short term, the jobs in the short term won't be paying you the kind of money that you want to earn. If you feel like you have to have a job, any job, that's fine. But when you get into the spring of 2024, there's going to be better opportunities. So just make sure that wherever you go, you can get out.
And next we have Kara James, who's looking for a reading for November.
Okay.
What does Kara need to know right now?
Well, let's look. Okay, and Kara James. First off, there's a warning here about negative people. You know, the gossips, the people who, the gossips, the dishonest people, the people who are toxic in any way. And this is a good time for you to get rid of them, hold them at arm's length. They're just exceptionally harmful to you this month. So all the toxic people, send them on their way. You have the lovers here, but it's the lovers reversed. So I don't know what kind of problems you're going to have in love. The idea that the lovers are there anyhow, in the first place, tells me that there is love around you. So I don't know why it's kind of being turned upside down. It's kind of like maybe being underappreciated. And last but not least, you have the Six of Swords. So you want a November reading? Yeah, get rid of all the toxic people. They're just really toxic this time of year. Love is around you. It's just a little turned upside down. So take that for what it is. You know, there is love. It's just not right there, and it does seem to be a few obstacles around that. And when you get toward the end of the month, there's talk of a move coming up. And this may be a good move for you, especially if they'll give you especially it's more into 2024 that the move comes. Okay. So let's see who's next.
All right. Mary Ann would like to know about November as well.
Oh. Okay. Okay, so Miriam wants a reading for November. Yeah, I think I see the theme for this program.
You want
November?
You think?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And there's some lonely hearts out there thinking, why can't I have a date for Halloween? You're wearing the wrong wig.
Oh. Okay. So Miriam and November. So it looks like you're going to have to deal with a lot of emotional issues right at the beginning of November. And it might be the phrase "the chicken's coming home to roost" is coming to mind here. So I think that some long overdue emotional issues are going to be hashed out in the first in the first half of November. Because when you get to mid-November, you're more in a more peaceful mode and you're more in a healing mode. So this is probably a pretty good card. Well, yeah, it's still turned upside down, and it is the Queen of Swords, which in this case is probably actually represents you. So when you get to the end of November, I do get this feeling of hopefulness, but because she's turned upside down, it feels like you might be exhausted emotionally exhausted over what you've hashed out in November. So November is a healing month, a lot of emotional issues right out there. Just when they're put in front of you, deal with them and let them go.
And next we have Lynette, who's looking for messages from Spirit.
All right. So we'll get out my Rudrashka seed, which I like to get out for the Spirit messages. Okay, Lynette. One of the things that comes through at first is this idea of schooling, training. It feels like you might not be looking closely enough at the opportunities there right in front of you. Okay, and Spirit seems to want you to be willing to change and to learn at this point in your life, including not just career wise, but even life wise and people wise. Okay, and Spirit would also like you to start meditating just a little bit more. One more time a week, okay? So, hi,
Ooh,
Sarah.
hi, Sarah. Yes. Next we have Lala Loopsy. Does C love me? No, they just want to see you naked.
You know, did she ask about C last week?
I don't remember that.
Okay. Now, do not ask about C next week. You ask about something else next week, Lala Loopsy. Okay, so Lala Loopsy and C. And huh. Does C love you? I don't know why you're anxious about this, because it feels like there is this working together. There is this idea of growth and fertility around the relationship, but then you get this, and it feels like you're letting the past and things that have happened in the past and your past experiences kind of taint this. And it makes me wonder if you're putting a little pressure or a little stress on the relationship. So you really need to relax, because it feels there's a lot of good here, but you shouldn't have that kind of nail biting energy. um Relax, relax, relax. Okay, you've got some good cards here, and I think that you have something that could be really good here. The only killer is right here, and that's the stress that you put on it yourself. So does he love you? Um, Not yet, but he likes you a lot, and that's a start.
Sarah, how is AM feeling for me?
Well, as long as I have the runes out,
Yeah, might as well. Yeah.
yeah.
Pardon me, folks. A little parched.
Okay, so how he's looking towards you, I think that he still hasn't made up his mind about you, because it feels like, he seems that he sees that there's love there, and he thinks that maybe this is something that has potential, but he's not ready to kind of sell down, so he's still thinking, yes, it does seem to be like that, but I'm still looking a little bit. um there is this thing right here. uh as you get into the relationship with him, especially when a relationship becomes intimate, be very careful about pregnancies, because it feels like that would be the one thing that puts that's really a thorn in the relationship, and could put it at a dead standstill if pregnancy becomes involved. So there is potential here. Just wait it out and don't get pregnant. Oh, hi, Kagan.
Kangan.
Kangan.
Thank God you're bad at that.
I am. Oh,
Live
wow.
life. Should I choose Ali the Virgo or another person to date?
Virgo males are the biggest pain in the ass, and you're hearing that from a Virgo female. Just saying.
Like, is the other person just some fictitious person at this point? Like it feels like you're asking us to should it be this guy or some other random person.
Okay,
So let's see how Allie's good for you or not.
well, there's potential there. There is potential. It feels like you guys have similar roots, similar backgrounds, so you can understand each other. There's that, and that's important. Let's see what else callers have to say about Allie. Okay. I like to see this. It has a feeling like it says he's grown up a bit in the past little while. So maybe he's letting go of some of the apron strings, if you know what I mean. Okay, so there's that. He still has a bit of toxicity around him. Yeah, I wouldn't hang around his family too much. But that doesn't mean you have to cut him off. Just don't be in a hurry to get to know his family. I think some of the women in his family are a little brutal. But he's actually kind of cutting ties a little bit, and he's getting a little bit more freedom from his family. So that might not be as big of a deal as it would have been 2 years ago. Okay.
And next we have Rosa.
Rosa wants to know how Bill feels towards her. Got all those little hearts. Okay.
And good morning to all our viewers in India and surrounding countries.
Mm-hmm. And we're always glad to see you. Hey, Rosa, Rosa, Rosa. Well, he sees you as being more emotionally mature than people that he's been around before. So that's kind of a good thing. And he actually has kind of a little bit, he looks at you and sees a little bit of mystery there. Another good thing. You want to know how he feels about you? He feels like you got your head on straight. And he admires your intelligence. If there was anything that he's worried about, the only thing he would be worried about is how long you stay in love. So he sees you as smart. He looks up to you. He sees a lot of good qualities in you. He's just worried that he's worried about how long you'll stick around.
Joanne. Hello, Joanne. I'm good with money. However, I want to know how my finances will be for the rest of this year. Well, that all depends on how much money you spend in the next 2 months.
Of course. It feels like there's a little something tucked away, though. Let's see. Don't buy anybody's sob stories. I'm absolutely telling you, don't buy anybody's sob stories.
They're really expensive.
Yes, they are. Ooh. Okay, so your finances for the rest of the year, they can go forward and you can actually get yourself some stability. But again, that whole sob story thing. You're not here to cure the world. And you are not somebody's only hope. So don't buy any sob stories, because anytime you got a little money in your pocket, there's somebody that wants to put their hands in it, right? But it looks like if you're willing to keep it to yourself and keep your eye on the prize, you'll do just fine. No sob stories. Oh, my Southern mother used to say, if you're looking for sympathy, it's in the dictionary between something and syphilis.
No.
Yeah,
No.
something spelled S-H-I-T.
Yeah, that's right. No, you can say that here.
Oh,
Of course you can.
find it between shit and syphilis.
There we go.
Pardon my French, guys.
Haunting Life Podcast. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Well, safe trip. Yes,
Thank
they're
you.
wishing us safe trips. The question is, will we find what we're looking for next week in London at the Indigenous store?
Ooh. Looking for the secret of contacting the Manitoba. Okay. Ooh, look at that. Well, you are going to find something good. I think you will. Okay, so there's a reminder that the Indigenous store is a non-competitive zone. So, like my mother used to say, keep your words soft and sweet. You may have to eat them tomorrow. But overall, the very first card that comes out is that Queen of Wands, which tells me that this is a good possibility. This is a good opportunity for you. And it feels like it's a good business opportunity too. Although what you said, it feels like you're actually looking for an actual product. But yeah, this feels like you'll meet somebody that's a good business connection there. Okay. Thank you for tuning in.
Know when it's time to leave.
Yeah.
Hey, guess what? It's 9:30.
Woohoo!
We'll be right back, folks. And welcome back, and this is where we do the pick a card. This week's pick a card is for the week of October 30th, 2023. Sally's going to draw 3 cards. You're going to pick one of those, and the reading for that card is your reading for the week. Here we go.
Okay. And which card will you pick? Card number 1, card number 2, or card number 3? So what is your tarot card for the week? Is it card number 1? Whoops. Card number 2 or card number 3? Have you picked? Did you pick card number 1? Well, if you pick card number 1, then your card for this week is the Emperor reversed, the failed leader. This is a card that this week, trust your own judgment more than you trust, say, a respected figure or an authority figure. Because it feels like this week, the authority figures and the people that you hold in high regard might let you down. So count on be independent thinking this week. Did you pick card number 2? Well, if you pick card number 2, then your tarot card for this week is the 7 of Cups. And anybody who reads the tarot knows that that's the illusion delusion card. And it is a warning about letting your imagination get the better of you. Don't overthink things. Don't read too much into situations. And don't count on getting any more than what was promised. Okay, so just try and keep your eyes open and be very aware and check everything twice next week. Did you pick card number 3? Well, if you pick card number 3, then your tarot card for the week is the Wheel of Fortune reversed. And with the Wheel of Fortune or the the Wheel of Fortune, Rota Fortuna, sorry. The Rota Fortuna, it's always turning. And so even when it's reversed, it's reminding you that sooner or later, whoever's on the bottom of the wheel comes on the top. So even if things don't seem to be going your way early on in the week, just be patient because everything turns around, okay? So know that there is going to be delayed rewards. Just be patient. Okay, and thank you for tuning in.
And we're back to our regular scheduled programming of answering your questions with attitude.
Oh,
Dragonfire. Hello. Will my sister get a positive turn in her life and soon?
oh, your sister's got to decide that she wants positive things happening in her life.
She's expecting negative things at this point.
Yeah, because that's like the first thing I got
Yeah.
is that whole your attitude determines your altitude.
Yeah, she kind of needs to be plucked out of her life for a little while to see just how good things are actually.
So let's see what the cards have to say about your sister. Now you see that there are opportunities around her, but it's almost like she's looking at the emotional and relationships and that when she should be focusing in on career. And she needs to be more willing to move forward, even if she doesn't feel secure. Tell her that a lot of people feel a lack of confidence, and they still move forward. So even if she doesn't feel confident, fake it. But she needs to keep moving forward and stop worrying about things that have hurt her and start focusing in on the things that will improve her own life. Definitely, this is time for her to be focused on herself and her own life. And sometimes that's a really good way to attract somebody more secure and just a more positive person is by having a more positive attitude about yourself and your future. And that's what she needs to be focusing in on.
All right. Kangan says he didn't get his messages from Spirit. He only said hello.
Oh, I did. Oh, Kagan's right. Kagan's right.
Kangan. There's
Kangan.
two N's there.
Kangan. Ah. Okay. I'm really getting a big relax there. It feels like you might be tense around people and maybe feel a little insecure in social situations. And I'm feeling like this is a good time for you to relax and start making eye contact and smiling and it feels like you're being a little standoffish. And so this is a good time for you to work on connecting with people. Spirit would like to see you do that. Yeah, start connecting with people and start building a network for yourself. You'll be glad you did. Okay.
Wow, there we go. Got you all caught up there. Next, we got Donna Butler, who wants to
Donna.
know about November.
A reading for November for Donna.
We've got a lot of questions here.
Yeah. You know, one thing that I got a feeling of when I was shuffling those cards is this idea of steering the ship.
Sorry.
Okay, it is of steering the ship and choosing your direction, and it feels like you can
We'll get there.
you'll get there. Okay, so anyhow, this idea of steering the ship of deciding your own direction. So it feels like November is really a good month to start looking forward to December and making plans for December. And so, of course, you got the Christmas and the holidays coming up, which is going to be more difficult this time of year, but you can make it a positive experience. And that will actually be a healing thing for you as well. Let's see what the the first thing you got is a Hanged Man reversed. So it's saying that right now as you go into November, you're sacrificing a lot of things you don't need to. and you're sacrificing your own happiness. You're sacrificing a lot of things. You're putting a lot of things that would give you pleasure on the back burner. And the cards seem to think that you should quit that. I'm also a little bit worried about your husband because he shows up as the Emperor reversed, and it feels like he almost feels like he's a volcano. So he may be calm on the outside, but yeah, don't let him hide too hard behind that armor, because he's got to he's got to deal with some stuff here too. And all the cards are reversed in November. And that idea of steering the ship in the right direction, steer the ship in the right direction in November. You got to work on getting your balance back. You've got to work on getting your husband more on track. And you got to focus more on bringing positive things into your life. Okay. The fact that you have 3 major arcana cards says that you got spirit all around you, and the universe wants to help you out, but you've got to ask and you've got to choose a direction first. Okay. So good luck for you in November. You can achieve a lot. Have faith.
Alrighty then. Cindy says that was 10 months, not 10 years.
Oh, good.
That's why I was laughing at the comments.
Oh,
I wasn't laughing at the reading. I was laughing at the comments.
yeah, that is pretty
I have
funny.
absolutely no idea what you said. So 79. Will I move in my apartment in the next 2 weeks? I guess there's been a delay, otherwise that wouldn't have been capitalized.
Okay, so for so. Okay, so you've got the lovers reversed. So it does talk about maybe a change in attitude, or maybe somebody that you thought was kind and likable let you down, kind of thing. But there's this idea of disappointment in relationships, and since it is about that impatient, will I move into my apartment? My guess is it's probably your landlord that you're looking at there, that there's been a little bit of a falling out of love there. Okay, so you've got that Four of Swords. The Four of Swords talks about, well, you did say this week, didn't you? In the next 2 weeks. I think it's next 4 weeks. Yes, the answer is yes, but it's not 2 weeks, it's 4 weeks. And I'm sorry about that. But at the end of it, there's this idea of a little, you might get compensation or something. Either that or you might find a $20 bill on the sidewalk, because it just feels like a little surprise money coming at the end of this. Okay, so the answer is yes, just not as soon as you want it.
Marcy, I'm starting to turn into one of these men that always has beer at home.
Oh.
Benafsha wants to know about November.
November for Benafsha. And thank you for tuning in. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I hope you've subscribed. If you haven't, please do so. And know that you can really help us out by liking and sharing. Tell all your friends about us. We'd like to get a really good-sized crowd on Sunday nights. Okay, so we're looking at Benafsha, right? Benafsha in November.
That is correct.
And the cards say that for Benafsha in November, okay, I see that it starts with a lot of impatience, and it feels like you're chomping at the bit to get things moving forward, but it feels like there's this delay and that delay. So you might be caught up in paperwork or red tape or something like that. But you get toward the middle of July and you've got Chariot, so it goes from being the reverse King of Swords, who has a hard time moving forward, to the Chariot. So the Chariot, by the time you hit the the middle of November, the road in front of you is clear, and then you can move forward as fast as you want. And toward the end of November, and as you're coming into the Christmas season, you have to make decisions about what's more important to you, whether it's spending time with family or money, because it feels like you're looking between emotional satisfaction and financial satisfaction, and that's a decision that you'll have to make toward the end of the month. And I think it's something as simple as do you want to work extra hours and earn more money, or do you want to spend time with your family and earn less money, sort of thing. But it feels like you've got that balance there toward the end of November. Okay, so keep in mind, you will be in control by the middle of November.
Belk wants to know whether Mohan thinks about them.
Mohan and Belk. Okay. Let's see. Well, first off, as far as a person, as far as somebody who's loyal, as far as somebody who helps everybody out, Mohan sees you as being a kind, charitable person, and probably he sees you as being somebody who will help somebody that's in a bad situation, even if it means giving up something that's near and dear to you. Okay, so he does see you as being a good, kind person. He's not sure, he's not sure about what he wants to be when he grows up. He's not sure about where he wants to be going forward. So I think that he really hasn't given it a lot of thought. Oh, okay. Good, good. This is a relationship that is starting to put down roots. And he has a good opinion of you, as a human being and as a humanitarian. So you're on the right path with him. Just keep moving along with him, because you're going to find that this relationship solidifies over the next year.
Well, there you go, Belk. Welcome back, Patricia. Her midterms went good last week.
Oh, congratulations.
And now she wants to know about November.
Oh, November, free from all-nighters. Midterms and finals when I was in university always meant all-nighter. Okay.
Those are so useless. No, they've proven that they are absolutely useless. And people that do all-nighters sometimes do much worse.
I can believe that.
The common theme was misreading questions.
Okay, so November for Patricia. Patricia and November. As you're coming into November, it feels like you've got a lot of burdens, but it feels like you've maybe taken a bit off more than you can chew here. And it seems like you're having a hard time seeing what's in front of you or putting together a general direction as you go into November. I want to see this last one, boy. Okay, so as you get into the middle of November, when I see this Page of Pentacles, I'm feeling like that's a little bit of buyer's remorse there. So right now, as you are coming into November, be careful of the commitments you make financially, because some decision that you've made financially in early December, you come to regret in mid-December. I mean, and I said December, I meant November. As you come to the end of November and going into December, you've got the Three of Cups reversed. And, the thing I'm seeing here, it's not necessarily a bad card, because I'm just feeling like once you get toward the end of November, you're starting to get into the holiday season, which does mean libations and celebrations. So the Christmas season starts early for you.
Do you need a drink?
Yes.
All right. Braveheart. Would love a love reading for next year, or would love a reading for next year. Sentence fragments without capitalization or punctuation are really hard to interpret.
Okay.
So thank you very much, Braveheart, for making it hard.
Braveheart in 2024. What do they have to tell Braveheart about 2024?
No Haunting Life podcast. I'm all out of brandy. No cocktails here.
Okay, when I look into the early part of 2024 for you, Braveheart, there's this idea that you really need to kind of grow up and have a more mature outlook on things, and that the idea of immaturity and immaturity kind of molding your decisions in the wrong direction show up a lot early 2024. So, try not to be too immature. But having said that, no matter what you do, when you get into the summer, the late spring, early summer of 2024, you find things start happening for you fast. You get opportunity. You get some sort of a money making opportunity. It could possibly have a contract with it. It feels long term, and it feels like there's a bit of independence to it. Whether we're talking about company stocks or profit sharing or something like that. So 2024, the final half of 2024 is a really good money and career year for you.
Woo!
Yeah.
There you go, Braveheart. Next we have Sahia. Will A, who is a Capricorn, give me a commitment? What do the cards say about that?
Okay. A commitment.
No.
I know. Yeah, you've got the Fool, but the Fool's in kind of a bad aspect there. As sort of as you're coming here, it feels like you're putting all your eggs in one basket. So you might be putting too much faith and too much of your hopes and dreams for the future in the Capricorn basket. So I would explore my other options there. Yeah. 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 As far as the Capricorn giving you a commitment, I gotta say, the producer's right. No, no, he'll string you as long as he can. So you might have uh promises for future commitment. Once this settles down or that settles down, but it just feels like when I get to these points right here, it just feels like more and more and more and more and more just tomorrow. So I would have to say no on that.
How do you commit to something when you don't know what you want out of life yet? And that's what I'm picking up. He doesn't
Yeah.
know what he wants yet in any aspect of his life. Vibe with the connect. Well, hello there. Will graphic design courses help with my clothing brand?
I'm not sure. It just feels like you're looking in the wrong direction.
Yeah, I'm picking that up too. More along the lines of, what do you hope graphic design is going to do for you?
Yeah, it's almost like you got a leaky roof and you're wondering if you should re drywall. You know. Okay, so let's see what the cards have to say as far as instead of just looking at that direction, just because I feel like it's a bit misguided. I hope you don't mind that I see what would help you with your clothing brand.
There we go.
Let's see what the cards have to say about what would help you the most with your clothing brand. Because it just feels like the graphic design, you do have a design aesthetic and a look, so it's kind of like that's not what your problem is.
Like if you know what you want it to look like, but you don't know how to get there technically, that's when you outsource that.
Okay, so yeah, yeah. Okay, so I think that you've got a business that's on the decline here. You've got the tower, but it's reversed, so it feels like this is something that you can put the brakes on. You can get it to stop bleeding. All right, and you when I see the high priestess, it kind of says that you know what you want. It's almost like you know what your voice is, you know what your vision is, um, but for some reason that's not what you're putting forward. So maybe this is a time for you to revisit what your original goals were and what your hopes and dreams are, because somehow you're off the rails there. And so get back in touch with that. That's going to help you more than anything else. Oh, absolutely. And also, I get the King of Cups, and the King of Cups feels like he's somebody who's creative. He feels like he's somebody. He actually feels like he's um maybe somebody who's in the clothing design business, because he feels like he's somebody who has the connections to help you out, and he seems willing to help you out. So I think the two most important things is be willing to accept advice and help from those who offer it, and know that it's it being sincere. And usually when people start giving you advice, especially about your own business, sometimes you just have to keep reminding yourself that your ego is not your friend. Okay, but it feels like there's this idea of get back to what you originally wanted to do, because that's where you've lost your way. Okay, I hope that answered your question.
Vibe with Connect, I want you to do one thing right now, and I mean right now. Go and look in a mirror and say, I am not right about everything. Go and do that right now. Hey, who is next?
MBBS.
Oh, bulletin board system, eh? All right, here we go. Will me and Mulaud be in a relationship?
Okay.
You're in a relationship now, and that's not the one you want.
Oh no. Oh no, did you get stuck in the friend zone? Okay, so ooh, I think I hit a nerve there. Ooh. So for the start, you got the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords is about a new beginning. It's about swords has this element of truth to them, and this and just facing difficult decisions, facing difficult issues head on. And so you need to make it kind of clear to Loud that you're looking for more than just a friendship here. I want to see what the next one is, because this one's about confusion and delusion and looking the wrong way. But there he is. Okay, so yeah, you need to you need to make it a little bit more clear what you expect out of the relationship, because I don't think he understands what you want or what your goal is here. So if you want a relationship, you have to let them know you want a relationship.
Well, there you go. Hey, welcome back, Speak Knowledge. Any relationships for me next year? Speak Knowledge, you could have all the relationships you want. It just requires a couple of things. Sharing yourself, sharing your life. And it's been so long since you've done that, you've forgotten how.
Okay, and let's see what the cards have to say. What does Speak Knowledge need to know about relationships? Okay, so that there is movement forward, and it's kind of like you've got difficult emotional waters, but they're on the one side, and the calm waters are on the other side. And what that means is that even though you might feel distrust and you still are kind of hanging on to old feelings, kind of suppress those and move beyond it and focus in on the more positive. Know that you are moving in a good direction, even though right now there's still some tension around that. And this is about forming relationships. This one's about indecision. And so it makes me wonder if maybe you don't strike quickly enough. If you get somebody's number, you should call them that day or the next day, not make them wait a week. All right, so you have the Wheel of Fortune, the Road of Fortuna, and it is reversed, so it doesn't feel like you're being lucky right now. But if you quit dithering about talking to relationships and open up and quit worrying about what happened at one point, move forward, move forward, move forward. Don't worry about, it's like this whole what if and the doubt. You got to let go of that. You have to at least fake confidence and know that things will turn around better for you. Things are turning for you, just probably not fast enough.
Okay, so let's do Brother Chris before he blows a gasket.
You getting ready to blow a gasket there, dude?
How does November look for Brother Chris?
November for Brother Chris.
I need a beverage.
Here.
No, it's too clear.
It's ice cold and good. All right, some things change, some things don't. In the middle, you've got this death reverse. Death is about change, and yet it's turned upside down. So it's warning you, about it's basically be willing to take change and be willing to move forward. So overall, November is the biggest trick with November is focus in on what you want, focus in on what makes you happy, and focus in on what feeds your creativity and feeds your heart and soul. And that's your best goal for November. As far as the I don't want to do this and I don't want to do that, get rid of all the I don't want us. And know that by the time you get toward the end of November, you're going to have a much clearer vision of the direction you want to take. So be willing to change, dude. Change must and always happens.
And next we have Michelle Weber.
Hi, Michelle.
Should I hand in the court papers to get access with my grandkids?
Of course you should. I'll see what the cards have to say about it. Huh. Okay, so, yes, but you also need to show a willingness to work with the parents.
Babe,
But
no pun intended, but baby steps.
yeah, baby steps. But as far as getting contact with your grandchild, yes, that's something that looks like it's something that you definitely can achieve. But the very first card says, now be willing to use some skill and negotiate. So never forget it's a two-way street, but yeah, you're really positively aspected there, girl.
Okay, next we have Sun, who's new here. Welcome,
Hi,
Sun.
son.
Sun is looking for new love.
Ah,
I keep dreaming of a man like I can see him in my mind, but I don't know him. Well, enjoy those movies while you're asleep. That's all they are.
okay, so son and love. There's love right there. Again, love right there. It's funny because you're looking for new love, right? But it's pointing out that there's somebody close to you that's been a friend for you that you've known a long, long time who wants to be much more than that. And that feels very well aspected.
All right. Haunting Pond Life Podcast's next tour will be January 5th. If you want to know more about that, contact Haunting Life Podcast. Jessica wants a reading for November. Let's see what Jessica needs to know.
Okay, so wait. Oh my. There it is. There it is. Okay, so Jessica, general reading for November, please. Okay. General reading for November and Jessica. And Suzanne, I know we passed over you. You are asking about next week, and it feels like next week might not be as productive as you'd like it to be. But you know, it's almost like a lot of the things you're expecting to happen won't happen, but what does happen is meaningful. So you kind of get this little piece of information or this little lead that's really turns into being something much bigger. Okay, so back to Jessica.
See, even with question marks, I don't see them.
Can I have a general reading for November? Well, of course you can. November and Jessica. November is going to be a satisfying month for you. You are going to achieve something you've been waiting a long time to achieve, but in your own mind, it's kind of like it's anticlimactic. Like you get what you've been waiting for so long, and it's sort of like once you get, it, you're like, well, is that all there is? Okay, so there's that. So November is going to be a very good month for you. It starts out with this Nine of Cups, and this Nine of Cups is kind of it's about satisfaction. Sometimes it's called the wish card. The guy's kind of like the cat that ate the canary. So the things that you want to happen are going to happen in November. I'm just sorry that they're not going to be as rewarding for you.
All right, and that was Jessica. Next we have Max. Heard a whispering. Is this a message from the other side? Find the key, he was told. Yeah, but see, once you got a key, then you got to go looking for a lock. Next thing you know, you're $16,000 in debt.
Oh, no, it actually could be, because find the key. This sounds like good advice. Let's see what the cards have to say. I'm going to pull one.
F sharp.
It's, yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, with Max, I think that basically what this dream is telling him is about understanding a little bit more about the people around him. I think that he's worried, and he doesn't have to be. So he's not thinking like a kid, he's thinking like an adult. And he's worried about the worst is going to happen. So the the message is for him to have a little bit more understanding so he doesn't have all this worry.
And our last question comes from Yahweh's Child.
I Yahweh's child.
Yahweh's Child would like an update from Spirit.
Update from Spirit.
Buffering. You're stuck in a reboot loop.
Uh yeah, there's this feeling of boldness, you know, and being bold and going after what you want. So it feels almost like what Spirit's saying to you is you're kind of waiting politely where you in an area where you really shouldn't be waiting politely. You should be a little bit more bold and aggressive about things. So if you want to get in a door, if you want to get through a certain door, knock on it and knock on it loudly.
Oh, I can't stand people that don't know how to knock on a door properly. It's like, was that a knock or did I fart?
Okay. Thank you everybody for tuning in. It's been a fun night and I look forward to the next time we see each other. Now, like I said, I'm going on a trip, but I will be posting on the road on the road videos of how I'm doing on the road and let you know how my vacation's going.
Sally made me get her a fancy selfie stick.
Yep.
Now she just has to watch 16 videos to figure out how to use it. We can probably pare it down to 8, maybe.
Yeah, sure. All right.
Well,
everybody.
thank you very much, Yahweh's Child. We hope you have a good week coming up. Happy Halloween, and we'll see you on the other side.